Now, let's dive into the tutorial on how to invest in your first index fund through an ETF. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to put all of this into action using the commission-free stock trading app Robinhood. And if you want to get a free stock worth up to $200 when you create your new account, be sure to use my affiliate link down below or visit ryanoscribner.com/Robinhood. I also have a full 45-minute tutorial on Robinhood for beginners, so if you want to learn more about this investing app, I will put a card in the corner for later. So here we are inside of my Robinhood account that I use for demo purposes, and we currently have buying power of $11. But what I'm going to do first is show you how to actually deposit money. That way, if you are starting out with a new Robinhood account, you'll know exactly what to do. So we're going to click here on buying power, and then we're going to click on the deposit funds button, and we're going to deposit an additional $9. That way we have $20 to invest. So we're going to click on the review button after typing in 9, and we're looking to do a one-time deposit. So we're going to leave the frequency just the way it is, and then we're going to click on the transfer $9 button. Now, just like that, our deposit was initiated, but one of my favorite things about Robinhood is that they offer instant deposits. So if we click on the continue button, you can see that our $9 is available instantaneously for investing, and that is before the funds actually transfer over from the bank account. So that's one of the benefits to using Robinhood, is you can invest your money immediately. If we click on the continue button once again, we can now see that our buying power has increased to $20. We're now going to click on the search button in the top right, and if you don't know the particular symbol for the stock or ETF you're looking to invest in, you can simply type in the name. So if we type in Vanguard, for example, we can see the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF populates at the very top, and that is under the symbol VOO. We're going to go ahead and click on that now, and we can see that one share of VOO is currently 483 or 484. It's changing every couple of seconds based on the current quotation price. And if we scroll down here, we can get more information about my position in VOO, which is from a previous tutorial video. And we can also see a breakdown of what is in the fund. And this is pretty cool because it shows you what percentage of your money goes into these particular sectors. So when you invest in the S&P 500, about a third of the money goes into technology, about 12% goes into financial services, about 12% goes into healthcare, about 10% into consumer cyclical, and so forth. And another thing you can do here is click on the top 10 holdings and see what companies are carrying the most weight in the fund. Now, this is pretty crazy, but when you invest in the S&P 500, about 7% of your money goes right into Microsoft, about 6.5% goes into Nvidia, same with Apple, about 4% goes into Amazon, and then we have Meta, both share classes of Alphabet, the parent company of Google, making up a large percentage, and then we have Berkshire Hathaway, Eli Lilly, and Broadcom. So when you invest in the S&P 500, this is where 35.7% of your money is going, is just into these top 10 stocks. When you're ready to actually purchase shares of the ETF, we're going to click on the green trade button at the bottom right, and then we're going to click on the buy button, and by default, it allows us to invest in dollar amounts. So if you wanted to put literally just a buck into the S&P 500, you would hit $1, and that would buy you 0.00206 shares. But for this example, we're going to invest our whole $20 that we have idle in the brokerage account. So we're going to click on the edit button, and we're going to type in 20, and then we're going to click on the review button, and this will be buying us 0.04131 shares. When you're all set, you go ahead and swipe up, and just like that, we invested $20 into the S&P 500 ETF at an average price of $484.50 per share. If we click on the done button, we can go ahead and click cancel here, and then it will show us our updated position. So now after that new purchase, I currently own about $59.16 worth of the S&P 500 ETF, and my overall return is down 0.43% as the market has sold off recently. And you can track your daily return as well as your total return from this screen in the app, or you can click on the back button and hit back once again to get back to your home screen. And if you scroll down here, you can see that I own fractional shares of Microsoft and then the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. And if we tap on this here, we can change this to total return, and you can see that I am down a little bit of money now in these two particular investments, but those are two ways that you can track your investment using Robinhood. Now, the last thing I want to show show you is how to enable dividend reinvestment. That way you can maximize your return potential if you wish. You're going to do that by clicking on the person icon at the bottom right, and then the 3 lines in the top left. From here, you're going to click on the investing tab at the very top, and then you can scroll down and you will see a section called dividend reinvestment, and I currently have this enabled. Yours is not going to be enabled by default, so if you want to enable it, you're going to click on edit dividend reinvestment, and you're simply going to turn that on. So what that means is when I earn dividends from either Microsoft or VOO, that dividend is going to be reinvested and used to buy additional fractional shares of that investment, and then those new fractional shares are able to earn future dividends themselves. That's just how simple it is to invest in the S&P 500. The last thing I want to show you is how to set up a recurring investment if you wanted to do this on a routine schedule. We're going to scroll down here again and click on VOO. We're going to click on the trade button once again. We're going to click on buy, and at this point, if we click in the top right, you can see where these different order types come up, and the one we're looking for in particular here is recurring investment. So if we click on recurring investment, this gives us the option to invest on a set schedule, whether it's every market day, every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. So let's say, for example, you wanted to put $5 per day into the S&P 500. You would click on every market day, you would click on continue, and then you would type in $5 and hit the continue button once again, and you can choose your bank account that you want to use if you want to have it deduct that automatically, or you can simply have that money come out of your buying power that you deposit from your bank account if you don't want to have all of those microtransactions taking place. And if you wanted to instead do this on a monthly schedule, you would say every month and then click on continue, and let's say you wanted to put $200 per month into the S&P 500. You would then click on continue, select one of your bank accounts, click continue once again, and if you actually wanted to move forward with this at this point, you would click on the review button and then confirm, and then you would fully automate this strategy of investing in the S&P 500. So that's it for the basics here, and again, if you want to learn more about Robinhood, be sure to check out my full 45-minute tutorial, which is going to be in the corner or also down in the description below.